thing you have to be really careful of is, you know, the right kind of fruit and making sure you get just 2 servings of it a day. We eliminate all the sugars. You know, you can certainly overdo something natural like honey or even maple syrup, and that sweetener, that sugar, will feed cancer, but it also feeds the candida. So again, it's like moderation. You know, just make sure that we're keeping to, I think we talked last week about the 400 calories per meal. Watching our sugar intake is going to be really, really important at this time. Okay, so any questions about anything? Yes, Richard.
All right, since bicarbonate soda or baking soda is important, should you ingest some of that every day?
They suggest that you can do like you can do up to 2 teaspoons of baking soda a day, and usually the reason why you're going to do that is if you have an acidic condition. Whenever I say acidic condition, that can be things like maybe you have ulcers, or you have, you know, boils, or you're breaking out. So you want to bring your body back to
indigestion.
Indigestion. Right, right. But that's why we have the alkaline water. The alkaline water also pHs your body so that you have a high alkalinity, and so therefore germs and bacteria, bad bacteria, can't live in that alkaline environment. So that's why that's important. Yeah.
Because I know the older folks used to use baking soda to brush their teeth.
Right, right.
Instead of toothpaste, which has fluorides and all kind of bad things in it.
Yeah.
So baking soda,
Right.
Actually, you just wouldn't spit it out, you'd swallow it.
And we would use baking soda to clean the sinks with. That's what we used to use baking soda
Do
for.
it in the car.
Yeah, instead of Comet, instead of the cleansers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely baking soda is going to be a really...
So what you just
Old people were smarter.
You can usually do like, sometimes I'll do like a half a teaspoon in some water in the morning. And what that does is it actually sets up the pH balance for your body for the day. So you can do a half a teaspoon in some water in the morning, first thing. And then what that will do is it will set up the proper reaction in the stomach, so it produces hydrochloric acid, and then the small intestines is balanced, it's more alkaline, and the large intestines is more acidic. So doing that half a teaspoon in the morning in some water will balance your body.
I wanted to ask, with the yeast fungal detox or any of those, should you do a probiotic with it, or should you wait until you're done to detox to do
You do a probiotic with it, because your probiotics, you have to make sure your probiotics are good, because your probiotics fight candida. But you just take them separately. You don't take both of them like in the morning, for example. You know, you'll want to take like your yeast fungal detox, you might want to take that like after you eat breakfast, and then after lunch, after dinner. So you take it separate from your probiotics. And we usually start out slow, because you can get what's called a Herxheimer's reaction if you kill off the candida too fast, and you'll break out with a rash all over your body. Yeah. I've had 2 people that's happened to, not realizing that's what they were doing to themselves. They just started too aggressively with their yeast detox, and it made them break out like all over. But it lasts a couple days and it goes away. So usually, like with the yeast fungal detox, you'll start out with 2 the first day, the second day you'll go to 4, and then the next day you go to 6, 2, 2, and 2, and then you should be fine. You just continue 2, 2, and 2. Okay.
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah.
Like that, okay.
Right.
And that would decrease hunger then, do you think, eventually, as the yeast or candida that's killed off, your hunger wouldn't be as, for me, ravenous?
You're right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. But here's the thing: the 3rd day that you do the candida cleanse, you would want to eat a box of donuts, because that candida is going to start to really die off, and it's usually the 3rd day. We warn people, usually that 3rd day, your craving is going to be bad. So you just need to know that if you get past that 3rd day, then you're okay. Then it's like, okay, we've killed off the bad guys, and now your body's getting used to having the lower amount of yeast in its system.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I already don't eat sugar and bread right now, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
my dad can just lay on top of me, just like, Lord, don't do it.
Yeah, you'll have to warn him ahead of time and tell him, Dad, on the 3rd day.
Plan the 3rd day
That's right.
to be doing some activity out of the house where you don't think about food. Like
Yeah.
in the middle of a wilderness canoeing or something.
Yes.
I think about food all the time. Like,
Yeah, but you can't get it. You might see a
Oh, that's
squirrel and
true.
chase him, but he can't run you.
Well, I'm vegetarian.
I'm thinking skiing, you know.
Skiing.
Yeah.
I could go skiing.
Trip to Aspen for that third day.
Away
The third
from
day.
no vending machines.
That's right. Stay away from the vending machines.
Just ski faster.
Right. Don't stop.
I'll start having like desert hallucinations and the.
Oh, right. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I see a Coke machine at the bottom of the ski slope.
There's a piece of cake.
Going for it.
Like the Lord, that's a rock.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's so
Did you hear?
funny. Okay, so does that kind of help with the connection also with the candida and the weight, because it does make you crave those carbs. So, okay, all right. Well, good deal.